made that many videos. I just couldn't believe Jump 22 had made me think to this level. And I have to speak on modern marriage. Alright. You see, me being a minority, right? We have this say, right? Just because she's behaving this way in the Western world, as she got her rights, and as well, she used the divorce card and the court case to screw me over for the rest of my life, to have pay her out, and as well child support and X, Y, and Z. If this was in my country, she would never behave like this. Now, I know you can be guys saying like, yeah, somewhat, yeah, so what? But those who does not get into marriage or whatever, and obviously we have a nuclear family unit, right? So that means is boyfriend, girlfriend, and a son, or de facto, or husband and wife and kids, right? We're kicking out the grandparents. We don't have that sort of intergenerational in one household. I'm only speaking from that lens, right? So how would this crumbled everything? Now, for those who hasn't been into a modern marriage or a modern relationship, if you have kids or something, your upper hand can, something that you can know that there's a court case, is that the woman would tend to do not fear to walk out the relationship. There's options. Same as God, we have options as well, right? But I'm just saying the consequences for us to leave, we have to pay them out, and child support, X, Y, and Z. So that mentality in a relationship is very, very like a warfare mentality. Men does not walk through that. Try to avoid as much as conflict as much as I can in a relationship. Even in a relationship, we're scared for them to walk away, with the relationship, because if you don't please them, we fear of them walk away. If this was a third world country and you're making a very, very good money to sustain their lifestyle, whatever, you hold on to it. You do not even dare to make a big mistake or let that man to walk away, because there's no welfare system. Yeah, you can get divorced. Yeah, you can have one-off large sum payment, but what about the rest of the life, right? So that's why I'm speaking, where this Jump 22 has got me thinking into this level of stage. And when I spoke to my peer about it, is that this open marriage or open relationship is actually very common than before. Now, this reminds me of back on, what's that singer's name? The Careless Whisper. It's about cheating, alright? Relationship cheating, alright? And it made a big hit. George, I don't know what's his last name, but George, he claims that he did not know the song is going to be a big hit. He did not know that like a lot of relationships behind the closed door, there's a lot of cheating behind. That's what the song has boomed. That's what he believed. And this whole Jump 22, right, is that even though I discussed about the pornography, where the titles of the film is mum, dad, stepmom, stepsister, or sister, that sort of title is going, and I said to you that this sort of type of porn is going to be booming even more, where the husband is sitting on the sides looking at their wife getting screwed by someone else. All right. What I'm looking at it now is now that what I have my mates been telling me, that his community or the people in Melbourne, I can't speak on area, that a lot of the husbands has left with no choice, doesn't want to use the divorce card, and paying someone, or maybe for free, for that particular person which she likes or choose. And usually somehow he's been telling me his community, which is Somalian, that is screwing these wives, maybe right in front of them, or maybe behind a closed door, with consensual. Now, the most important part that this whole Lena the Peg, which is the Jump wife, she felt nervous and she felt morally wrong, even though it was consensual agreement, and to engage with what is it called, a sex act on camera that is going to show around the world. She knows that morally wrong, but obviously the husband, and as well with the porn star, male porn star, is like make her feel comfortable with the whole thing like that, blah 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 blah. I'm not going to get into details. It feels like, it's that industry is like selling them out, X, Y, and Z. It's going to be a big hit. I reckon it's a big hit on her early fan page, whatever what it is. I don't care. Right? But what I'm saying here is the fact that if modern marriage is gone for like that, or relationship, where we have 42% divorce, and as well we can hear from your peers that he cheat on me or she cheat on me or whatever. It's like, when in a marriage is a lot difficult, because yeah, she cheated on me, but do I use a divorce card? You know, especially I'm saying the predominant white area. All right, the minority probably get to that stage, but they feel ashamed of doing that, because the people, when the word gets spread out, they spread out to their country and say, how dare she's doing this, X, Y, Z. The people the modern marriage that I'm talking about is those that's been intergeneration. It's really 3-4 generations in the Western world, where they don't communicate the extended families back in the home, or even if they're back in home, it's the Western world. It's okay, like, it's alright, I could see that. But in a minority world, migrant world, this is like a curse of the family, the entire family, and name shame of your last name, right? It can be like, how would I perceive to allow my wife consensually and getting a man that's bigger than mine and lasting longer and this and that, and wanted to have it repeatedly or whatever, allow this to happen. And this is what I said, this is where the modern marriage will fail, because there's no consequences, there's no action, there's no, it feels like everything is normal. Especially in the world right now that we have the OnlyFans, Instagram, social media, is making it like cheating even more accessible, and brainwashing our brains to thinking that it's okay. Like looking at that chick or whatever wearing the bikini in this sort of way, or the way how she look in this way, and obviously we comment on it or whatever how it is. I'll be honest with you, I as a man, I'm guilty as well. I'm not saying I'm perfect on making this video and saying that I'm a hypocrite, but what I can guarantee you is that I don't have Instagram, I only have TikTok, but I just only make videos for my daughter. I try not to dare to look around. But also another one is I follow one of my peers who does crypto, and I just want to get the news article out of it. All right, my leisure time, I don't spend time to watch Netflix, because Netflix titles nowadays is something got to do related to sex, just or sex titles or sexy girls or X, Y, Z, and I don't, it's just that it's crazy in that world where it's so hypersexualized that we praise high and above currently at the moment. And when you have like that, this is where it's become the modern, it's attacking marriages, all right? But if you have an open relationship, it's like when you watch this type of films on Netflix or whatever, it's numbing us down. It's okay to cheat or pay someone to do this, open marriage. It's no longer as taboo, right? It's acceptable in a modern, new era. So I could see my daughter, generation, I could see that we're a lot closer, even though I have, gone to the stage that I find the right girl and married to the family, and it's a clan, things like that. But at the same time, it doesn't work that way, all right? So for me to look at it, because right now I know there's noise background, I'm in Northland Shopping Centre, just to go through even harder about this topic and how the modern marriage will collapse within a split second. It's going to get even weaker, and cheating, and men or women has to open up and say open marriage is an option, or divorce. And like I said, those hasn't been in a marriage, or those doesn't like that, you watch how the manipulating playing game like us guys have to go through. We have to shut our mouth, watch what we say, they don't like to hear the truth. And when you hear the truth, they will get lashed out. And, it's they're like the illusion world, the emotional world that the female had to go through, and us men will have to bow down, cow down, and nod our head, pretend that we like it, this and that, because we try to avoid conflict. And that's the biggest problem that I'm going through. A lot of the men say to me, look, better to be silent about it instead of go against it. And that sort of idea is going to get even worse. I open up my mind, I speak up. You guys know when I make these YouTube channels, I'm very vocal about it, X, Y, and Z. So yeah, I can't believe I'm making close to a 10-minute video about this, but I could see the way how it diminished not only just the marriage, but also where we're heading to. You know, it's okay to have LGBT marriage or X, Y, and Z. It's going to go to the direction that everything is going to open up because the heterosexual monogamous marriage does not work. And one more thing before I end it, right? I know someone who is a gay sex worker, and I don't understand why the gay community would need a gay sex worker. And I spoke to a gay person who's my gay colleague, alright? I don't know, that sounds like weird for me to say that. A person who's gay, let's just say. I explained to him, like, why do you guys need a gay sex worker where you got Grindr and you guys can find relationship a lot easier in comparison to heterosexual? You know, you guys don't fight in the gay club where if there's someone took your man or your woman, you guys don't fight off, you find somewhere else, right? So what they're trying to tell me is that yes, they're in a monogamous relationship, X, Y, and Z, but they don't want to go through the cheating or the hassle for the other partner to know, just to pay it, to save all that drama and headache from behind, just to do that. And I'm speaking just the gay community. I'm not even speaking on heterosexual. Heterosexual is like guys gather together, girls gather together, they dream of banging this girl or banging that guy. Obviously X, Y, and Z, you know, that's the way how it is. Obviously they're going to find the person to engage in intercourse is probably something bigger, more beautiful, more youthful, or better in bed, or whatever how it is, alright, than the current one, to spice things up or whatever. So that's what I can say. I'm not saying good about it or bad about it. I believe this is where the society that we're heading to, and it makes it more clear picture for me. So if you like this video, please comment. I normally don't even talk about comment, but yeah, think about it.